I remember the exact shade of gold the sun turned that afternoon, honey warm, slipping through the cafe windows like it was trying to hold onto something it knew it was about to lose. We sat across from each other, steam rising from our coffee cups, and for the first time in 12 years, I didn't know what to say to him. 12 years. That's how long Marcus had been more than a friend. He was the person who knew my silences better than my words. The one who showed up at 3 a.m. when my father died, didn't say anything, just sat on the floor beside my bed until morning came. We built our dreams on the same foundation, two kids from the same broken neighborhood who promised we'd make it out together. And we did. Sort of. The thing about growing up together is that you don't notice when you start growing apart. It happens in inches. A missed call here. A canceled plan there. I told myself it was normal. We were busy. He was climbing fast at the firm, and I was finally getting my photography career off the ground. But I felt it. That distance. Like watching someone walk away in a fog, their outline getting softer until you're not sure if they're still there at all. It started with the campaign. 3 months earlier, Marcus had called me, that rare excitement in his voice I hadn't heard in months. His company was launching something big, he said. A project that would change everything. And he wanted me to shoot it. Said he fought for me in the meetings, convinced them to take a chance on a freelancer instead of some big-name studio. This is it, man, he'd said. This is us making it. Together. Like we always said. I believed him. God, I wanted to believe him. I spent 6 weeks on that campaign. 16-hour days, pushing my craft further than I'd ever pushed it. I poured everything into those images, every lesson I'd learned, every risk I'd been too afraid to take before. Marcus said they loved the work, said it was exactly what they needed. The launch event was on a Thursday, one of those sleek, corporate affairs with champagne and modern art and people who smile with their mouths but not their eyes. I wore the only suit I owned, felt out of place, but Marcus kept his hand on my shoulder when he introduced me. This is the guy, he kept saying. The vision behind the vision. Then the lights dimmed. The screen lit up. And I saw my work but not my name. Where my credit should have been, there was someone else. Marcus's name. And below it, in smaller text, creative direction. I felt the room tilt. The champagne in my hand suddenly too heavy. I looked for Marcus in the crowd, found him near the stage, bathed in blue light from the projection, smiling at someone's compliment. He glanced my way once. Just once. And then he looked away. I didn't confront him then. I told myself there had to be an explanation. A mistake. Some corporate bureaucracy that put the wrong name on the slide. I waited 3 days, my phone heavy in my pocket, expecting his call. An apology. Something. It never came. So I went to the cafe. Our cafe. The one we'd been coming to since we were 17, when we'd spend hours here talking about all the things we were going to do. I texted him. Simple. Direct. We need to talk. He showed up 20 minutes late, and I knew. The way he walked in, too casual, too prepared. He'd been expecting this. Why? That's all I could manage at first. One word, but it held 12 years inside it. Marcus sighed, stirred his coffee slowly. It's complicated. Complicated. They wanted someone established. Someone with a corporate background. I tried to. Don't. My voice came out harder than I intended. Don't you dare tell me you tried. The cafe was quiet except for the hiss of the espresso machine. Rain had started outside, soft at first, then harder, blurring the windows. You know how it is, he said finally. You make compromises. You do what you have to do to survive in that world. By stealing from me? I didn't steal anything. I got you that job. They weren't even considering you until I. So, I should be grateful? The words tasted like ash. That you took my work and passed it off as yours? He leaned back, and something cold settled into his expression. Something I'd never seen before. You think this is how the world works? You think talent is enough? I've been protecting you for years, covering for you when you were too proud to play the game, too pure to compromise your precious artistic vision. Protecting me? Growing up, man. He said it like he was talking to a child. Something you still haven't figured out how to do. The rain was coming down hard now, drumming against the windows. I watched a drop race down the glass, splitting into smaller streams, finding new paths. You're right, I said quietly. I haven't figured it out. How to look at someone I love and take from them. How to justify it. How to sleep at night after betraying the one person who trusted me most. Marcus stood up, pulled his jacket on. For a second, just a second, I saw something crack in his face. Regret, maybe. Or just the ghost of who he used to be. I'm sorry you feel that way, he said. Not I'm sorry for what I did. Just sorry for how I felt about it. He left a 20 on the table for a coffee he barely touched. I sat there for an hour after he walked out, watching the rain, listening to the low murmur of strangers' conversations, thinking about all the years I'd given him, all the secrets and dreams and 3 a.m. phone calls, wondering when exactly he'd decided I was expendable, wondering if I'd ever really known him at all. The worst part wasn't the betrayal itself. It was realizing that somewhere along the way, probably long before that Thursday, I'd already lost him. And I'd been too busy believing in who he used to be to notice who he'd become. I never saw Marcus again after that day. Heard he made partners 6 months later. Saw one of his campaigns win an award. Sometimes I think about calling him. But what would I say? The rain has stopped now, but I can still hear it sometimes. On quiet afternoons, when the light turns that same honey gold. When I remember the shape of a friendship that once felt like it could survive anything. Some friendships don't end with shouting. They end with silence.